dispatched to a single car MVA, one person trapped with possible head and spinal injuries.
Okay, so we arrive on scene and we want to make sure that we've got our protective gear, so that's fine. And there aren't any dangers on scene, in which case there isn't here. We check for a response, so hi, I'm Jacinta from the ambulance service, what's your name? And in this case, the patient responds adequately. So we go on to check for airway, and the airway is clear and we're happy with it. Any breathing at all, and yes, the patient's breathing normally. And we just assess for a spinal injury now, and because of the intrusion onto the cabin, we know that there's a potential for spinal injury. We go on to check for pulse, so in this case there is an adequate pulse and any external hemorrhage, and there's no external hemorrhage for this case. So we want to pop on a collar straight away and get someone to support the head. So we measure it up for the appropriate size, and in this case it's a short extrication collar, and we just place it around the neck, making sure that the head is supported and it's not too tight and the clothes aren't impeding on the collar. Alright. Now if we had an additional crew member, we'd also make sure that someone was supporting the head and the neck, making sure there wasn't any movement. So
we would then assess the patient for any other injuries, also checking their vitals. We'd also ensure they've got adequate pulses in all 4 limbs, and then we would look at extricating the patient from the vehicle.
okay, so we go ahead and get a KED device, and when you pick them up out of the bag, you notice that they're always neat and tidy, ready for use. So you release all the straps, so they're all ready, unwind everything, make sure it's all in the right positions, and just explain to the patient what's going on. So we're just going to lean you forward and put this behind you. Okay. Yep. Alright, so we've got the KED in place. What happens is these 2 flaps just become underneath the arms, and then you start with the middle strap and just secure it at the other side, and then make sure you make it really firm. There's these 2 black thigh straps that come underneath the patient, and you just secure them as normal. And just continue to provide reassurance to the patient as to what's going on, and make sure they're nice and tight. With the top collar, we've got 2 Velcro supports. One goes on top of the forehead, and one goes at chin level. And once you've done that, you just again assess pulses and assess your vital signs, and then you can extricate as normal. So get someone to support the head, and then you can use these 2 side handles to get the patient out of the vehicle and transport to hospital.